Hey, look, guys, I got a haircut. I got a haircut, guys. I got a haircut.
Welcome, the Gamer Man's Lounge. Awaken to play.
Let the lounge recommend you food. Buldak ramen noodles from Samyang. These big packs of noodles have been going viral and going into grocery stores way more. These noodles have been providing spicy goodness as well. We see the original and carbonara, two commonly available favorites. And there are more than two flavors if you are adventurous. For example, cheese curry and quattro cheese. There are bottles of Buldak sauce sold separately for use with other dishes, noodle or not. Buldak is the addicting, spicy go-to that wins over many people. Hopefully things are going well for you guys. As for me, welcome to the Gamer Man's Lounge. And today, we got a news video for February 2025. And how my news videos work on the Gamer Man's Lounge is that I cover news stories from weeks past leading up to now, finding the best to go ahead and bring up and talk about. Because, news stories are slow to have happen, okay? That is a thing. But, however, I will go ahead and say there will be, in the same month, two news videos. That could happen in the future. And, of course, news stories are going to be talked about individually through short form vertical video format content, okay? YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Clapper, Instagram Reels, okay? On to the first news story, which is going to be talking about the reveal of the Nintendo Switch 2. The Switch 2 is going to have its own Nintendo Direct on April 2nd, where it will host more details to come. But here's the information we got so far. It's going to take on a new design. It's going to be similar to the Switch 1, but it's going to take on some new things. There's going to be USB-C ports on top and bottom. There's going to be a newly designed kickstand, newly designed Joy-Cons, and a new way of connecting them. Backwards compatibility with Nintendo Switch games. Now, Nintendo is targeting for a 2025 release. However, following the April 2nd Direct, there will be hands-on events that are going to happen in select locations. So, with that totally said, you're going to have to wait till April 2nd for more details and more information. That April 2nd is not a release date. Keep in mind of that, okay? April 2nd is when the Switch 2 gets its own Nintendo Direct, where we're going to get more information and probably the price and the actual release date for the Switch 2 itself, okay? However, my concern is going to be talking about the censorship that's been going on because Nintendo has been going Karen on what content releases. That's right, regardless of the age rating, regardless of the target audience. And yeah, they're going full Karen. Okay, a lot of people will go ahead and bring this up. Nintendo of America. They have these Nintendo guidelines that developers, even third-party developers, have to abide, and they're crazily strict than ever. Okay, now that's Nintendo of America. You can get around the censorship by importing the Japanese versions of Nintendo Switch games, and that could be the case when it comes to the Switch 2. However, what I will go ahead and say is that the censorship is very concerning, especially with what I did see with the Neptunia Rebirth trilogy getting rejected, and what I saw with the swimsuits getting rejected from Neptunia Riders versus Dagu's Switch version. So now another Compile Heart game Nintendo went full Karen on. I forgot the name of that, but yes, they did went after another Compile Heart title. Things are getting crazier, and I did warn how the censorship was going to get very much worse. It's getting worse. However, let's get right on going to the next news story. There's going to be huge plans for Ninja Gaiden, okay? Now, last month, we got a piece of Ninja Gaiden news from the developer of Blasphemous, because the developer of Blasphemous is coming out with a Ninja Gaiden title in collaboration with Koei Tecmo. However, there's more plans for Ninja Gaiden, okay? Ninja Gaiden 2 Black made a surprise release. It is a graphically overhauled remaster using Unreal Engine 5. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black is available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PC via Steam, and Windows, available on Game Pass. I'll bring that up in a little bit. Now, Ninja Gaiden 4 has been revealed for fall 2025. That is the target release for Ninja Gaiden 4. Now, Ninja Gaiden 4 will release on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC via Steam and Windows. Both games were featured during the time of the Xbox Developer Direct, and both Ninja Gaiden 2 Black and Ninja Gaiden 4 will be available on Game Pass. So, if you have Game Pass, you can play these two games for free, especially Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, which I played through like the first two levels, had a good time. I saw some good things happen with Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. I want to hop into the game more and play more, and I want to go ahead and unlock this stuff. That is definitely the case, but there is huge plans. Ninja Gaiden is making a huge comeback. Welcome back, Ninja Gaiden. It's been quite a long time since Ninja Gaiden 3 that had to see improvements with Razor's Edge on top of Dead or Alive 5 being the, hey, we're sorry about Ninja Gaiden 3, so here's this. So here's Dead or Alive 5. I think the issue here is that they were working on Ninja Gaiden 3 and Dead or Alive 5 when they should have just worried about Ninja Gaiden 3 first, and then when they got done with Ninja Gaiden 3, then worry about Dead or Alive 5. That would have made a lot more sense. Now, Dead or Alive 5 came out the better product compared to Ninja Gaiden 3, and that was the case. But unfortunately, when it came to Dead or Alive 6, it was next up to get that Ninja Gaiden 3 treatment. And yeah, shenanigans ensured. It did happen. Shenanigans just had to ensure. Oh well. Next news story. Unfortunately, more censorship news, this time from Nintendo. We don't know who's the suspect behind this. Nintendo of America. Definitely Nintendo of America if this is exclusive to North American versions of the game. But if Nintendo of America handles releases for North America and Europe, that could be something. But what's going on here is that Western versions of canon are going to be censored on Switch. Now, canon is this famous visual novel that received an anime adaptation. It finally released on the Switch alongside PC via Steam, which I guess you could happen a bit ago. And could be longer than I thought. So, this is a famous visual novel, by the way, that got ported to multiple consoles from left and right. This is a really, really old game, by the way. A really old visual novel. A legendary visual novel, by the way. Got an anime adaptation. Okay. Now, where canon has been censored for Western copies of the game, bad scenes have been removed. Dialogues and scenes were altered. However, the Switch version of canon has released on February 14th for $30 worldwide. However, if you want to import the Japanese version to get around the censorship, good news is that there is English text to be included. You can play the game in English if you import from Japan. So there is good news out of that from what I have been looking at. So unfortunately, it is such the case. Could Nintendo of America have something to do with this, or could it be the age rating? So that's the thing with Nintendo all of a sudden going full censor mode. Now, I do want to give Nintendo of America the benefit of the doubt. However, I just, this is not a good idea. Okay, this is not a good idea to be doing these strict Nintendo guidelines, crawling up developers' asses, and then going hardcore, okay? Like what happened with the Neptunia games that I just mentioned. Now, if this keeps up, this is going to potentially hurt the Switch 2 in some way. Okay, and it could be very drastic. That is definitely the case. Now, if the censorship is going to happen in the West because Nintendo of America is doing this, that could be. But Nintendo's going to have to start cracking down on the censorship, and they're going to have to get people to stand down and step back. And that is going to have to be the case. Nintendo's going to have to get people to stand down and back off Unless there is something that's going on, be transparent. If it has something to do with age rating, people going full Karen, then go say something. Say something. Okay? Say something. Otherwise, if that is not the case, if whatever theory that I just came with is not the case, then you may want to back off when it comes to content getting released on Switch. You backed off and shut it the hell up when it came to the Switch One's third-party lineup, okay? And you got lucky. That's where you get a good portion of the success when it came to the Switch One. Okay, you walked back and you calmed down on that Karen censorship shenanigans when it came to the Switch compared to the Wii U. And you did that, but if you go full Karen like the Wii U days, that's not a good idea. That's going to hurt the Switch too. But that also goes to show something when it comes to console gaming. Like, we're gonna learn the downfalls of console gaming the hard way. We get the convenience, but we're walking ourselves into this walled garden. But anyway, enough said, let's get right on going to the next news story. You could call this a public service announcement that the anticipating Backrooms game Dream Core is available now. It's out now after years of development. It's available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC via Steam and Epic Games Store. It's an indie game based on the Backrooms. You explore the Backrooms-based environments and find your way to the next area. There's no monsters, there's no scares, it's just you and the environment. Whether you're gonna feel uncomfortable with the environment or you're gonna feel eerie with the environment, whatever the case may be, or you're going to find something calming when it comes to wandering the environments, that's entirely up to you. Could be the case when it came to Pools, okay? I will go ahead and say that. Now, Pools is a Backrooms-like game that's based more off the pool rooms, which is like a spin from the Backrooms thing. Okay, so let's get right on going. Right now, the game costs $9. However, the developer warns of a price increase for late buyers. Now, the late buyer price increase is for when the game receives additional content. For an indie game that was years in development, understandably so, okay? Now, the game released on January 23rd, 2025, and the game has received 2 patches fixing bugs, making tweaks, and improving the game. So, if you want to get the game at its $9 price tag, go ahead and do that. So, this is an anticipating Backrooms game. It's anticipated. Dream Core, it's out now. Good times are definitely going to be had. I just bought the game, and I'm downloading the game on my living room PC. It could already be done with. But I am planning on downloading the game on... Yeah, I'm going to be downloading the game on... Oh, I already bought the game. What am I doing? Okay. No, I don't want to stream it. I want to install it to my computer. It's 3 gigabytes. But anyway, enough with the news. Okay. Source links in the description. Let's get right on going. Quick channel update. When it comes to vertical video content, I am already expanded on past TikTok. I already expanded onto YouTube Shorts a long time ago. But I've also expanded onto Instagram Reels. I expanded onto Clapper, which is an alternative to TikTok. But there does seem to be something looking bright for TikTok now that TikTok is showing up back on the app stores again. In case for those who don't know, there's legal complications that is keeping TikTok from being a thing in the United States. So something to keep in mind about. We don't know what's going to happen. Alright, the fate of TikTok is still unknown to this day, but we're glad to see it come back to the app stores. That this could be a good sign, definitely a good sign, but if TikTok goes, at least we have YouTube Shorts, at least we have Instagram Reels, at least we have Clapper. Okay, good times are going to be had. Vertical video content's going to be random. There are going to be the Wife's Gaming Traversaire vertical shorts. There's definitely going to be news of vertical shorts and something that will be the case. But with that totally said, everything's off my chest. That's all. I will be looking forward to you in the next video. Peace out.